Good evening, everyone, and thank you so much for those of you that might be tuning in for some brain balancing movement, brain balancing yoga, breath work, a lot of different ways to work with getting our neocortex firing that can significantly help reduce anxiety and overwhelm, depression, even acute and chronic pain when practiced over time. Greatly also helps reduce brain fogginess and helps us aid in our ability to prioritize and make decisions. So everything that we're going to explore tonight is based on a foundation. It was written and developed by Anne Green Gilbert, who is a movement therapist. And then I've also inserted some of my own other research items about brain health through movement and breath work. So we're going to be combining some different things, some yoga foundation, something called gyrokinesis, something called a little bit of bilateral stimulation that's often explored in EMDR therapy. What else? Even some shamanic concepts and techniques. So thank you. We'll get started here in just a second. All you'll really need tonight probably is a mat, maybe a block or two if you like that kind of support, and maybe a blanket. But that should be, if you like to cover in Shavasana, that should be it though. Maybe instead of a block you sit up to on some cushions. But I'm just starting our practice tonight seated nice and tall, and you can have your legs in any comfortable position. And I'm going to invite you to bring your hands into this shape to start our practice. So it looks kind of like a bird or a butterfly. It's called the Garuda Mudra, and we're going to take that gesture and place it right on the heart center, right on the sternum. And as you place that Garuda Mudra there, we're going to allow ourselves to add the right amount of pressure where we feel comfort. It can often feel like a warmth or a melting when we press the hands here into the center of the chest. And we're going to let the eyes close. Nice deep breath here. So the foundation of balancing the brain starts through oxygenating the body and its systems by deep breathing. And we're offering to the body this gesture of Garuda Mudra because as you press into that sternal notch there and right into the chest, it can help the brain to release the hormone oxytocin. And this is from an evolutionary development. When mothers first deliver their child, again, oftentimes the baby is brought to the chest, or the baby works its way up to the breast naturally. And when the baby is resting, that weight there on the chest, and this is even also for men and for fathers, when the baby is resting on the chest, it sends a signal to the brain that weight, that pressure, all is well, loved and loving. So that signals this comfort, and the brain releases the hormone oxytocin that makes us to feel loved and loving, all is well. So we're going to hold this hand position, anti-anxiety gesture. Deep full breath in and out, just closing the eyes, softening the jaw, taking this practice to reset our minds, reset our emotional state, even resetting the physical body if there's been any tension and discomfort. Deep full breath all the way down into the low belly and exhaling completely, softening neck, shoulders, face, jaw. Garuda Mudra not only helps with this anxiety reducing element, but it has a beautiful affirmation around inner freedom, finding inner freedom and peace in every moment. So as you hold this hand position, self-soothing, just let yourself again connect with that breath. Maybe you affirm, I find peace and freedom in this moment. I find peace and freedom in this moment as I connect with myself. I find peace and freedom in this moment as I connect with myself. Big breath in, sighing out. One other thing that can help with releasing anxiety is softening the tongue, softening the jaw. So try to relax the tongue inside the mouth. And as you take your next breath, we're going to take the arms up overhead, a big stretch, big reach, all the way up. As you exhale, sigh and melt the arms. So we'll do that a few times, just inhaling all the way up. Exhale, sigh and melt. Letting any tension and tightness from this day just roll off. Exhale. After the next inhalation, just hold the breath, hold the stretch. When you're ready to exhale, again, melt the arms and shake out the hands. Shake, and let's alternate the shake. Right, left, right, left, right, left. You can shake them high, you can shake them medium, shake them low, but the shaking, again, helping to reset the central nervous system. We shake out the extremities. You might even let your head do a little wobbly shake if that feels safe in the neck. A few more huge breaths in and out. We're going to take 3 big breaths. Keep shaking. Really loud breath. Last one here. And then exhale. Let the hands relax in your lap. Nice long spine. Make sure your legs are still comfortable. We're going to start with some eye tracking. Eye tracking is tremendously beneficial for the brain and the nervous system, and moving our eyes in certain patterns and pathways helps tremendously in more ways than we could ever imagine with connecting between the hemispheres of our brain. So we're going to begin today with some vertical eye tracking that helps us with our ability to set goals and to attain goals, to establish healthy boundaries, the ability to say no when we need to, and also ask for help when we need to. The vertical eye tracking can also help even with reducing the startle reflex. It can also help with higher thinking and problem solving skills, as well as helping with ADD and ADHD, behavioral disorders. So we're going to allow ourselves now. I have my thumb right out in front of me, and I know it's really close, so I'm going to back up a little bit. Okay. And we're going to take our thumb, and we're just going to follow it straight up with the eyes. And inhale, the eyes are going to come all the way up. As you exhale, let your eyes lower all the way down, following the thumb. Trying to keep the eyes there. Let's add in the other hand as well. And we're going to take the thumbs all the way up. Follow with just the eyes. And as you exhale, all the way down. Now, some people have an immense aversion to this, and right away they want to stop, and it's irritating. So notice if that happens. If it does, keep trying as best you can. Breathing as the arms float up, exhaling the arms down. Some people really enjoy this right off the bat. I know that when I started eye tracking, when I got to the lower part of the vertical eye track, my eyes would automatically want to look toward the tip of my nose. And that's an indication of a little what we call glitch in the wiring of the brain. And so the more we practice, that can smooth out. And interestingly, and there's a connection, that if we have a hard time with this, sometimes it means that reflects something around our ability to have healthy boundaries, our ability to say yes or no, our abilities to problem solve. Sometimes we get stuck in bouts of depression, anxiety, we feel we're stuck, and vertical eye tracking can help with all that. So nice deep breath in and out. Taking 3 more repetitions with just your breath, just your focus. Last one now. And exhaling completely. Closing your eyes. As your eyes close, circle your shoulders back. Big exaggerated shoulder circles. Soften your jaw and your tongue. Take some horsey lips. Releasing that jaw tension. Continue your shoulder movement. Nice deep breath here. Just allow yourself to pause, sitting tall. Let your palms rest down on your lap or legs somewhere as you just take a moment to integrate and notice. How did the vertical eye tracking feel? And know that if there was irritation or antsiness to move out of it quickly, it might be one that you want to try to, in baby steps, practice from time to time. We want to get it to the place where it feels hypnotic. All right, now we're going to take this to horizontal eye tracking. So I'm going to take just my right thumb out in front. As I inhale, I'm going to follow my right arm all the way out, right fingers with just my eyes, exhaling it back to center. So just allowing for this little reset. Inhale, try to smoothly allow the right arm to drift all the way out to the side, exhaling the right arm back in front of you. Horizontal eye tracking, helping produce the sense of emotional equanimity, emotional balance. Horizontal eye tracking also aiding in our ability to learn and retain and memorize information, helping those with ADD, ADHD focus. Breathing deep. Sometimes I'll go into the horizontal eye tracking if I'm feeling particularly emotionally riled up and I'm longing to feel a little bit calmer. Take this one more time out to the right, exhaling at center, and then I'm bringing my left thumb out in front and inhaling. Left thumb is going out, following that with my eyes, exhaling it back to center. And again, just stay with it as best you can. Inhaling as the arm travels outward, noting it, if your eyes want to skip a part of the path, if they always blink at the same part of the path, if they get shaky or glitchy at any part of the path. Breathe deep. See if you can do 3 more. Last one here. And then letting it release, closing the eyes. Oh, big breath in, big breath out. Sitting tall for a moment. As you inhale, allow yourself to look all the way up one more time and then all the way down one more time. Good. And we're going to take this now into some core distal movements. So I'm going to head back to my mat space so you can see my body a little bit better. In our core distal movement, we're going to allow ourselves, as we're seated, just to first begin by taking a minute to stretch out your ankles. I'm not sure how your legs were just positioned a minute ago, but give yourself a minute to just flex and stretch your feet. And we're going to take core distal as when we make our body get into a tight ball shape and then expand it out in all directions outward, nice and wide and big. So as you take your exhalation, we're going to play with hugging the knees in toward us, and we're going to round over. And I'm curling and crunching my toes in. I'm also crunching my hands into fists as I round here. Exhaling, little tiny ball, tucking the chin. As you inhale, you're gonna let your arms and legs open wide. My knees are staying bent, and I'm spreading my toes and fingers. Exhalation, drawing in. Inhalation, expanding out. Spreading the toes and fingers. Exhale, make fists with your toes and fingers. Little ball. Core distal movement is helping our brain with feeling safe. It's helping our body, it's helping our mind to feel safe in its environment. So core distal movement has been shown to help with healing trust issues, trusting ourselves, trusting others. Inhale. Again, wonderful if we have an overreactive startle reflex. We're very jumpy. Also helping with recovery from trauma. Inhale, opening, spreading the fingers, exhaling in. All right, keep it going as best you can. Spread the toes, spread the fingers around and bring it in. And the reason that core distal has this effect on our central nervous system is that when we were developing fetuses inside our mother's wombs, this was the first action we learned how to do as we were developing. We got very tiny like a ball inside of our mother, and we spread out and pushed our arms and legs in all directions, and it told us that action, when we felt ourselves in there, told us we were safe in our environment, establishing that ground for safety. Good. Now as your legs come in, hold the backs of your knees, continue to round back, chin dropping down to the chest. As you inhale, lift your heart, sway, lifting the heart, looking upward. Exhale, round it back. Inhale, lift up the heart, lift up the chest. Exhaling. So some of you may know this from yoga as seated cat and cow. Exhale, round. Inhale, lift. Now let's really bring the breath. So we're gonna really exhale, feel the navel draw in. Really inhale like you're taking in fresh air. Really oxygenating the system now. Oxygenating the system, helping also with that brain health, brain balance, mental alertness. And head-tail action, helping to reduce mental fog, helping to reset, realign spinal column, and calm the central nervous system. Good, just a couple more here. Come up, let yourself take the legs out in front. Lean back to your fingertips, open up the chest. Again, maybe you opt for diamond legs, lifting the heart, looking to where the ceiling meets the wall. Breathe. Huge breath in and out. 2 more breaths. Mental, emotional, physical reset. Bringing the knees back in, we're going to allow ourselves to roll on down to our backs. As you come onto the back, we're going to rock around here on the earth. So just let your knees rock side to side. Hug them in, circle them around. Exhale out any tightness or tension that's accumulated in your body through the day-to-day. Give your head a little rock side to side. Soften again the tongue, the face, the jaw. Good. Nice. Now, eventually, allow your legs to center themselves, and we're going to come just into a cross-lateral action here. So my legs here at center, I'm going to very gently drop my knees over to the right side. Now you might take your prop or block and support between your knees or under the bottom thigh. And just allow yourself to come into this twist, also known as a cross-lateral movement. And at first we're just going to hold the twist, but we're going to deepen the breath. Just allow your head to focus upward toward the ceiling. Let your arms and shoulders be beautifully relaxed. Relax your inner thighs as well as your jaw, your tongue, your shoulders. Deep belly breath in and out here. Cross-lateral movement like the twist. It's interesting because in yoga, I learned a long time ago, therapeutic yoga, that twisting is something that can help with embracing impermanence, going with the flow, embracing that everything will change, and letting go of expectations. And I come to find out that cross-lateral action, what it's doing for the brain is, again, helping with that ability to feel and become unstuck, impermanent. So twisting is great to do if we ever feel helpless or hopeless, if we're ever so overwhelmed that we're not sure which way to think or which way is up. Twisting is beautiful to do to help us reacclimate, reset. Take a big breath here. One more breath. Now as you take your next exhalation, just very gently draw everything back to center. Rock it around. And before we take our twist or cross-lateral action to the opposite side, we're going to come back to core distal. Core distal helping with trust and feeling safe and secure in ourselves and our environment. So I'm hugging my knees toward my chest. I have my hands over my shin bones or my knees here, and I'm going to exhale around my head up off the floor, curling my toes. I can even make fists with my hands. If it's uncomfortable to lift your head off the floor, that's okay. You don't have to. We'll exhale here. Inhale, taking your arms and legs kind of wider in the air, spreading your toes and fingers. Exhale, coming back to your little rounded shape. If you want to curl the head up, you can, but make fists with your toes and your hands. Inhale, opening spread. Exhale. You could also inhale and spread out to the X shape on the floor, spreading your toes and fingers, and then exhaling back into the rounded ball shape. Again, core distal action, helping with trust and feeling safe and secure in ourselves. Exhale, rounding. Inhale, expanding. Exhale, round. Use the breath, bring the breath. Inhale, expand, exhale, round. Inhale. Just a few more breaths. Core distal, the first movement we learn to explore as a developing fetus inside our mother's wombs, starts to establish the pathway and the connection in the nervous system and brain that we are safe where we are in our environment, we are safe in ourselves. Good. Next time you come out to your X shape, stay there. Breathe in. Stretch your extremities actively in opposition. Big breath, and then eventually just sigh and melt. Do that twice more. You're going to inhale and tighten all of your muscles. Stretch in opposition. Exhale, melt. One more time, inhaling, tightening everything as much as possible. And then when you're ready to exhale, let it melt, melting. Breathe. Huge breath in, sighing it out. Find that again, huge breath in. Very good. from here, we're going to allow ourselves to explore some body side action. And so what we're going to do with our right leg and right arm is we're going to start to take both of them as if we're a marionette, and like there's a string between our right hand or wrist and our right knee or thigh. So as you inhale, we're going to let the knee and arm come up. As you exhale, they're going to open and circle down. Inhale, coming up. Exhale, circle down. Body side movement means that the same side of the body is moving at the same time. And body side movement is beautifully beneficial to the brain in regards to, again, creating emotional equanimity, sense of emotional balance as it strengthens the connection and the firing between the right and left hemispheres. So just feeling this right side moving. And then we're just going to allow the right side to make any other paths that it would like. So I'm letting my right leg and arm make a gesture up and down, out to my side and down, and to my center line and down. So just play with the movement pathway, but it's as if there's a string connecting your right knee or thigh to your right wrist or hand, like a marionette. Good. And then eventually let this right side, the knee and the arm drop open. Just let it be there, flopped open and relaxed. And then extend the left leg down on the earth. You could, if you like, connect the right foot to the inside of the left leg, so we're in supine vrksasana or supine tree pose. So just breathe here with that right side, right leg flopped open. We're going to take our palms and rub them together briskly. This action also helps to balance the right and left hemispheres of the brain. When we rub our palms together, helps to also produce a sense of emotional balance. It's very grounding, and it gets the brain to fire in the neocortex. That helps us to feel present and rational. Horsey lips are always welcome. We're going to cup the hands over the face, over the eyes. Taking at least 5 deep belly breaths where we're feeling and witnessing the belly rise toward the sky on the inhalation and the belly sink toward the earth on the exhalation. I want to make sure that you feel the right knee, the right leg completely relaxed, and if at any time it's uncomfortable to leave that knee dropped open, bring it back to center or any other comfortable leg position that suits you. Inhale to reach your arms back up toward the sky. You might notice that's a very grounding practice. Exhale, let your arms melt. Let your right knee come in. Draw your left foot, left knee in as well. And let your knees windshield wiper. As your legs windshield wiper, when the legs drop right, turn your head left and let that go back and forth. When the knees drop left, let your head turn right. Inhale, exhale, huge breath, in and out. Mini cross-lateral exploration, cross-lateral movement, meaning we're twisting through our center line, and it helps the brain to get unstuck. It helps the brain problem solve, produce limitless ideas, solutions. So again, any twisting or cross-lateral, great for if we're ever depressed or feeling overwhelmed, stuck, helpless, hopeless. Good. And then centering your body or legs, we're going to take our body side action on our left leg. So as my knees both point up to the sky, I'm going to draw my left arm up in the air as well. And I'm going to pretend that between my left wrist and my left knee there's a string. And as I inhale, I'm going to lift the arm up toward my head and my knee will come up closer to my chest. As I exhale, I'm going to lower. So I'm just going to feel that floating inhalation, exhalation. I'm moving my left leg and my left arm at the same time. Feels very floaty, very free. And body side movement, again, helps the brain to produce a sense of emotional balance and equanimity, as the body side movement challenges the brain also to fire between the right and left hemispheres, especially when we practice it all on one side and then the other. We're going to add our out to the side movement, so our coming up the center line, inhaling and then exhaling, and then let the leg and arm open out to the side and then back down to center. So I inhale, lift up, exhale, I lower, inhale, opening out to the side, exhale, lower, and it's always as if there's a thread or a string connecting my wrist to my thigh or my knee. Should feel free. Again, it should feel hypnotic. It should feel relaxed around your hips, your legs, heavy legs. And we're just letting all the tension of today drop out of the back body, melt out from around the jaw, the tongue, the face. One more. And as you let the leg drop open, let the knee be open like half of a diamond on your left side. Left arm open. Extend the right leg out on the floor, and now we're in supine tree pose. You could attach the left foot to the inner part of the right leg if you like, but you don't have to. So we're in this reclined tree pose, Supta Vriksasana. And then we're going to allow our palms to come up and rub the palms together. Again, an action that helps to balance the emotions or strengthen the firing between the right and left hemispheres of the brain. Huge breath in and exhale completely. As you keep rubbing the palms, do that twice more. Huge breath. And sigh. And huge breath. And sigh. And huge breath once more. And as you sigh, cup and rest the hands and palms right over your eyes, softening your jaw, your shoulder blades, your tongue. Taking at least 5 deep belly breaths as you inhale, feeling the belly rise. As you exhale, feeling the belly sink. Let the arms reach skyward. Exhaling, letting the arms open. Take a breath. You might already just guide your left knee back in. Just notice how you feel. Again, that practice can be very grounding. It can make us feel very relaxed. Good. So from here, drawing both feet back to the floor, back to the earth, knees bent. One more exploration of our cross lateral on the floor here. We're going to have our arms floating up at center, knees pointing up. As we exhale, we're going to drop the legs and the arms to the right side and slide the left arm, the top arm out past the bottom arm. Am I rolling toward my forehead as well? Inhale through center. As you exhale, we drop and flop to the left side, extending and reaching the right arm out past the left arm. Inhale through center. This should feel, again, very dreamy, very organic, very smushy, heavy. We're not trying to control this too much. We're just going with the side-to-side momentum. Inhaling through center, exhaling, rocking to the opposite side, sliding the top arm out past the bottom arm. Inhale through center, exhale, drop, roll. So this is combining body side movement as well as the cross-lateral movement. So it's combining our ability to balance the emotional state with also feeling mentally, emotionally unstuck. Like when we allow ourselves the opportunity, we can produce a lot of solutions, idea, creative problem solving. Reaching out, inhaling through center, exhaling as you flop and drop. This also trains the eyes to horizontally track. So if you open the eyes and let them just span the horizon through the side-to-side rocking, again, beneficial for ADD, ADHD, and focus, beneficial for learning and retaining information, beneficial for our ability to read. 2 more, rocking and flopping through center. And last time here. And letting yourself open it all back up to a reclined bound angle. So we're having our feet together, knees open in a diamond, arms broadly open to our sides or bent on either side of the head. The arms can rest with bent elbows like cactus arms. Again, find your reset. Just breathe here, breathe deep. Feel the opening of the sacrum, groin, hips in Supta Baddha Konasana. Come back to your breath. Just big, beautiful inhalation and exhalation. Horsey lipping out the jaw. We're going to take 2 more big breaths here, and you're going to allow your exhalation to actually come through your teeth a little bit with your mouth open slightly, so you sound like a slowly deflating tire or balloon. So huge breath in, and then very long, complete. Try that one more time with a very long S-sounding exhalation. And then a big breath in and just sigh it out. Notice how you feel for a moment. Your knees can always come back to center at any time. Increasing the length of the exhalation also sends messages to the central nervous system and brain about being calm and relaxed. It helps to relax the nervous system when we let the exhalation lengthen to at least twice the length of the inhalation. Calms down the nervous system. Inhale the legs back to center if they haven't been yet. And we're going to do fast bilateral stimulation now in just a moment. So just to back up, one more thought here. When we take our long, slow exhalation, again, sometimes we do this again instinctively when we're in times of stress. We will sigh a lot more often throughout the day. We'll, and that is the body's natural way of trying to manage some of the overwhelm, some of the increased cortisol and adrenaline in the body.
So just be aware of that and know that anytime you practice really lengthening your exhalation, you're doing your brain and your body a huge favor. Fast bilateral stimulation here on the floor. It's going to feel like you're having a little bit of a temper tantrum, but we call this a rain or thunderstorm. And we're going to be working with patting our toes and our feet, as well as our fingers and hands on the earth, alternating right, left, right, left, right, left. And it's going to turn into a very roaring, stomping, pounding expression at some point, and then we're going to bring it back down. Before you head into this, know that this is going to create firing in the neocortex of the brain that helps us to stay calm, grounded, rational, present. But this is really great, fast bilateral, for releasing heavy, hot emotions. So any way you've been really stressed lately, any really strong anger, frustration, fear, anxiety, uncertainty, whatever it's been, even thinking of physical pain in the body, we're going to bring to mind what we want to release. And we're going to start to breathe deeply around it and start to gently pat and alternate our fingers, hands, toes, and feet, alternating right, left, like raindrops. And we're going to start to go louder with it. Anything you really want to get out right now, exhale it. I'm going to start to stomp your feet now. Make fists with your hands if you want, or keep your palms on the earth. Keep stomping. Now breathing like you're breathing fire out the mouth. Tongue out and down. Let go what you want to release. Just go faster if you can. Keep it going. Two more huge breaths. One more huge breath. Now take your feet into the air as well as your hands. Shake them vigorously. Shake off all the layers of stress and tension. Huge breath in and out. Central nervous system reset. Shaking the extremities, helping to reduce inflammation. One more big breath. And exhale, melt side, drop your feet and arms to the earth. Notice how you feel. So that alone, in and of itself, is tremendously grounding and beneficial for getting stored up emotion out of the body. We hold emotion as a form of muscular tension throughout our body. So allow yourself just to observe how you feel after you let some of that go. We just kind of shook out the fascia. We shook out everything, the extremities, vigorously. Sigh. Good. We're going to let ourselves roll to one side, and we're going to briefly work in a standing series just to get to some vestibular stimulation. But allow yourself to rest on one side for a few breaths, just being in fetal pose, feeling safe. And when you're ready, we're going to press ourselves up with the hands and arms. And we're going to take a moment to come to the hands and knees just to connect again to our head-tail movement, similar to core distal, but a little different. You can be on your elbows or your hands, depending on how your wrists feel. The knees are going to be under the hips. Make sure the knees have adequate padding. Inhale, sway your back, looking forward and up. Exhale, round the spine, dropping the head weight, opening up the jaw. I love head-tail action, especially if we're trying to stay grounded and make decisions. If we're trying to regain our ability to think or speak, and producing mental clarity. That is what head-tail action like cat and cow does. Exhale, round. Inhale, sway. Exhale, round. Inhale, sway. 2 more just like this here. One more beautiful breath. And then we're going to curl our toes under and lift up our hips to downward facing dog. If you prefer child's pose to stay more relaxed, you can. But if you're happy in down dog, walk your dog a minute, let your head weight release, spread your fingers, horsey lip out your jaw, or use a lion's breath, stick your tongue out and down, and let go of what you need to get off your chest. Beautiful. Take a moment, if you're in down dog, bend your knees at center, heels high. Swivel your knees one way. Oh, enjoy that side opening. And then reverse your swivel. Breathe. Ha. And if you like, center your legs. Take one leg up. You can explore opening up that top hip if you like. Breathe. You can move your foot and ankle around if you like. Switch sides when you're ready. Just a little inversion here, breathing deep, detoxifying, and then walking your feet to ragdoll, forward fold. So, when you are ready, bend your knees, wide legs, sway, swing the upper body side to side, let your head nod, yes and no, horsey lip out your jaw. Feel free like a little kid, just kind of dangling, swaying, pretending it's being an elephant. Good, and then let yourself bend your knees. Contract the pelvic floor like you're doing a Kegels exercise and roll up through your spine. When we contract the pelvic floor, when we roll up through standing, it can help to keep the blood pressure in a healthy place. Good, nice deep breath. So we're coming into little standing exploration just to finish up here today. So we're going to open our feet wide. Inhale, spread out like an X. So we're doing standing core distal movement, reaching distally, spread your fingers. As you exhale now, step your foot together, feet together, round, bend your knees, make fists, tuck your chin towards your chest. Inhale, I'm stepping off with my right foot back to a huge X shape, spreading my fingers. Exhale, round it back in, core distal, helping us to feel safe and secure, helping with trust, helping with our startle reflex. Anytime we take our arms up overhead too, it helps the brain release happy hormones like serotonin, like dopamine. One more breath here. Now as you inhale and the leg comes back out to your X, leave it there. Huge breath. Exhale, melt the arms. We're going to inhale, reach the right arm up over the left shoulder. Reach, reach. I'm on the ball of my right foot. As I exhale, I'm going to drop my arms and head at center. I'm going to inhale, reach up over the opposite side. Left arm reaching over right shoulder. Exhale through center. Inhale, reach. Exhale through center. So it feels like a swinging action. So you just let the upper body go as much as you're comfortable with. Exhale through center, inhale, reach. Close your eyes if you can, coming into vestibular stimulation. Exhale. Vestibular movement helps the brain to fire again in the neocortex, where we stay calm, grounded, rational, present. Vestibular movement helps us to create longer periods of time throughout the day where we feel present, where we feel more grounded. And vestibular movement's helping with also the healing of trauma and trauma response, startle, anxiety. Good. Now, begin to, next time you come back through center, just take a moment, pause, reach your arms up overhead. As you exhale, drop the arms to your side, drop your head, bend your knees, inhale up, legs straighten a bit, exhale, knees drop, swing your arms, exhale. So you can do this with your arms going to the outside of your legs, keeping the rounding of the back more minimal, or you can swing through your legs. Inhale up, close your eyes, exhale when you swing through, inhale when you swing up. Vestibular is swinging or spinning movement, anything that causes us to feel disoriented and dizzy. Close the eyes if you can. In yoga, this was an exercise known as chopping wood. A few more. Throw the illness, throw the stress behind you. Next time you come up, suck the breath in through your nose. Inhale here right now. Inhale. When you need to exhale, let it melt. Ooh, feel the energy. Feel the oxygenation of the body too. It feels like tingling sometimes. Huge breath in. Step the feet in closer. Spread the toes, soft knees. Inhale, shrug your shoulders. Exhale, roll them down and back. Inhale, shrug. Exhale, roll. Inhale, shrug. Exhale, roll. Good. So, widening our stance again, just a little inner thigh stretch. We're going to open up the knees. Press the right shoulder forward. Look over your left shoulder. You can sit into the squat as much as you're comfortable with, just feeling a stretch in the groin, the inner thigh. Just taking a moment right here. And eventually reverse. So again, here's some cross lateral, some twisting. Helping produce that limitless creativity, solutions. Good. And then bringing yourself back to center, roll up through the spine. We're going to take upper body, lower body movement, and then come back to vestibular. Upper lower body movement, again, helps us with creating healthy boundaries, helps us with goal setting and attainment, helps the brain release the happy hormones like serotonin, dopamine, all that good stuff, oxytocin. So we're going to take our arms up overhead, and all this means is we're going to be moving the upper body vigorously first and then the lower body. So you're going to shake your arms out, huge breath in and out, and then you're going to stomp your feet. Huge breath in and out, and then arms up, inhale, and exhale, and legs. Inhale and exhale. And arms. Now we also are engaging in fast bilateral stimulation. Exhale, feet. Inhale and exhale. Helping the brain to fire in the neocortex. Inhale, arms. Exhale. Inhale, legs. Exhale. Inhale, arms. Exhale. And legs. Keep it stomping. One more set of arms and legs. Inhale. Anytime we shake the extremities, helps the nervous system release inflammation. And stomp it out. Take your stomp to like a march. Bilateral movement. Really grounding. It helps us to keep the brain firing in the neocortex, where we are rational, calm, and grounded. Excuse me. Deep breath in. And slowing down your bilateral movement until you feel the earth beneath your feet. Touch your fingertips together, soft knees. Just notice. So a lot of brain balance, a lot of the brain balance sequencing feels childlike. And it's very interesting because as children, instinctively, we know how to cope with the overwhelm. A lot of times we'll instinctively start to fidget, wiggle, shake, dance around. The little kids will do that. They'll spin, which we're going to do in a minute, swing, and all of that's helping with central nervous system management and reset. Rock, right? So we're going to start to spin in just a minute, but we're going to touch our fingertips here together first to really promote sense of balance between the hemispheres of the brain. So fingertips touching, fingers are spread, palms are open, soft knee bend. This is the Hakini mudra or gesture. But on a nervous system and neurological level, this actually helps again with firing between the right and left hemispheres of the brain, producing a sense of emotional balance, but also aiding in physical balance. Huge breath in. We come into this gesture naturally when we're trying to recall information. Human beings will do this when they're speaking, delivering speeches. What am I supposed to say next? And this helps us to center our thoughts, to remember information and deliver it. Huge breath here. Good. Now, we're going to start to spin to one direction, and you can take your spin in little tiny baby steps. If you have vertigo or equilibrium issues, you go really, really slow, really, really small. If you are a champion spinner, you can let it rip, and you can do it with your eyes opened or closed, arms out or down. But you want to allow yourself as you spin to get, significantly dizzy one direction without hurting yourself, and then reverse it to the other direction to get dizzy going the opposite way. Spinning, so I'm reversing, breathe, keep breathing. Spinning is the #1 exercise that helps in studies with dementia, Alzheimer's, and Parkinson's. So if you're worried about any of those things, practice spinning. It helps people to have greater clarity afterward, as well as, so when you need to stop, touch your fingertips together. It helps people to be present, clear thinking, clear-minded. It helps with healing of trauma. It helps with anxiety and depression. Spinning helps with healthy aging of the brain. Deep breath in and sighing it out. Good. We're going to take bilateral pummeling of the body now. So we're going to allow ourselves to pummel the outside of your hips and glutes, alternating right, left, with your fists or hands. Anywhere that's really tight around here, anywhere that's tense. I love to do my hip flexors, my back, my glute, my outer hip. Breathe. Belly. So anywhere here, go on your thighs now, go your hamstrings, groin. Bilateral, so not only is this benefiting our brain, it's also benefiting the immune system. It's also benefiting the circulatory system. Breathe all the way up into your heart center, your chest. And now, like rapid fire, like a stampede of wild horses, run the arms and hands up and down the entire body. Down the legs, up the back, up the belly, up the chest. Huge breath in and out now, huge breath. Sigh it out, big bad wolf the breath out, go huff and puff. Pummel the chest now. 2 more huge breaths. Rapid fire. Now inhale, reach the arms super high, super stretch. Hold the breath in. Exhale, melt everything.
Shrug your shoulders up. Exhale, roll it down. Shake out your feet. And then stand and notice how you feel. Fast bilateral can have tremendous effects for relieving pain and inflammation. So just observe if you've noticed anything feeling a little more open or relaxed. And we're going to roll on down through the spine, head, shoulders, rib cage releasing, ragdoll, bend your knees. Walk your fingertips out in front of you. You could take your feet wider if you like. Hips are pulling back though, reaching out in front. Walk your fingertips to one side. Nice side back stretch, breathe. Sigh. Horsey lip when you'd like. Walk fingers to center and then over to the other side, really reaching out. Deep breath in and out. Sigh again. Centering yourself. Choosing if you'd like to come down to hands and knees here or walk the feet back to down dog one more time and take any down dog expression that feels good to you. Or maybe child's pose. And also if you'd like opting even for any further cat, cow, cobra, or sphinx for your back. Anything that the body would naturally like to do in response to some of our movement right now. So make this your yogi choice. Good. And we are going to eventually take ourselves down onto our backs only when you're ready. So if you are working through some different things still, keep going. If you're ready to join me on your back, allow for it. We're going to let ourselves take our legs out on the earth, and we're just going to let the feet go up and down. Up and down. So as your feet flex and point, kind of, it's like my toes are going up and down, up and down. I'm feeling my body kind of bobbing here, up and down. Let your arms be relaxed and just keep letting this bobbing action happen as you breathe. Again, a little central nervous system reset trick. Bobbing up and down. Huge breath in and out. Horsey lip the jaw. I'm going to do 3 more huge breaths. Really let the breath come to you now. 2 more huge inhalations, sighing out the breath. 1 more. And as you exhale, let everything melt. If you need to adjust the body into any other restorative type of a posture, you might prop your knees with a cushion or prop your head with a cushion, or you might cover with a blanket. Feel free to do so now. But take a moment to let your palms face the earth. And I just want you to alternate between dropping your index finger slowly in the right hand and then the left hand. So my right pointer finger is going to lift and drop, and then my left pointer finger is going to lift and drop. And maybe you do all 4 fingers, letting the thumbs be relaxed. Maybe you go all 4 of your right fingers, all 4 of your left fingers. A super slow bilateral tap. This calms the nervous system. Great for moments when we're feeling very overwhelmed or awkward. And it helps the brain to establish positive new beliefs and adopt positive new beliefs about the self. So could you tell yourself right now a mental affirmation as we come to rest here, like, I am happy, I am valuable,
I am enough just as I am. Whatever you need to believe, whatever you need to hear, whatever you wish you could believe about yourself, mentally say it as you slowly tap back and forth. And all of the thoughts of disbelief and self-doubt, self-judgment, self-criticism exhaling out the mouth like smoke leaving the body. And then stop the slow bilateral and just rest. Soften your tongue, relax the tongue and the jaw. Relax the shoulders, let the arms be beautifully heavy. Relax the hips, the sacrum, the glutes. Relax the heels, the shin bones, the feet. Everything sinking into earth. And recall one thing that you considered beautiful today, or one thing that you were grateful for today. And let it shine inside your mind. That thing of gratitude, that vision, that thought, be breathed through the whole body as you inhale. Let that image just wash through you. Exhaling completely. Gratitude also can help to rewire the brain, practicing gratitude. So let yourself breathe here. Wiggle your toes or fingers or swallow. Eventually let yourself roll to rest to one side in a fetal position, noticing how you're feeling there. And see if you can organically produce the idea of a smile, or a smile that grows forth like a glow, that just gently enables the corners of the mouth to turn upward. Again, practicing this facial asana can help the brain release the happy hormones. Coming up to a comfortable seat as you're ready, and we'll finish with the same mudra gesture that we started with. So we'll bring one palm and press it into the chest. And eventually we'll stack the opposite palm on top, spreading the fingers like wings over the heart. Practicing that smile. Take a huge breath in and sigh it out. Remembering that sighing is so beneficial to your brain and your nervous system. Inhale, reach to the sky.
enjoying your reset for the night. Exhale as the arms melt open, engulfed in the beauty of your life that you've created, that you're a part of, with great gratitude in your heart. Find prayer hands, prayer position, Anjali Mudra. Bow your head. Thanking yourself for practicing self-care tonight, for exploring self-care. May you continue to witness the beauty in your life, growing the ability to recognize it, growing the ability to be grateful, to feel authentically happy and joyful for the simple moments of life. Big breath here. Thank you so very much. Exhaling completely. Thank you for practicing with me this evening. I hope you have a beautiful, wonderful night, and namaste.